What's going on, trading family? You already know who it is. James Strong back with another video, man. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about how to trade without fear, a very important topic. Now, a few housekeeping rules before we get started. Yeah, I know I do all these videos for free. So all I ask is a few things in return. Number one, make sure you share the video. Share the video on Instagram, share the video on Twitter, aka X, share it on Facebook. Just share the video, man, so we can keep getting value out and keep helping people. Number two, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Join the family. You feel me? Don't be one of them weird people watching every video, but you're not subscribed, right? Join the family, man. And number three, comment, man. Comment down below. I'm a real person. You know what I mean? You'll see the people who rock with me heavy and they commenting all the time. We have a conversation. You know, let me know what you're going through. Let me know what you're dealing with. Let me know what you overcome and what you're still working to overcome. You know, we building a real community of traders and people looking to change their life financially for the better, man. So, you know, comment, tap in, man. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So, this is a big topic that I really like because fear, you know, destroys a lot of us, man. What it's like, the fear of missing out, the fear of losing, no matter what it is, right? The fear of being wrong, it stops a lot of us. And so the first thing we want to do is, you know, it's important to identify what kind of fear it is, because all fear is not created equal. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people hear the word fear and they just throw some blanket term out. Oh, follow your risk management strategy, follow your plan. Like, what does that mean? And the reason I can talk about these things is, man, I have worked with real professionals. You know, like, I've literally spent 10,000 plus hours and 10,000 plus dollars, you know, being able to learn how I, you know, like how I trade now, and just really more so myself. The trading, the technical aspect is not that hard to master for real. You feel me? Like, what it's yourself. Like, the thing with trading itself is it exposes you for who you really are. And a lot of times, you know, a lot of us, we may not like who we are at the time. You feel me? Like, we may not, you know, like that. Okay, hey, I thought I was patient, but man, I'm really not as patient as I thought. You feel me? Or, you know, oh, okay, I got a high risk tolerance. So you're like, no, you don't. But the beautiful thing is, like, you don't have to become something you're not, right? Become that version of you always wanted to be, and use trading to help you do that. So that's what I've even done over the years, man. Like, you know, I used to be kind of like, not impatient, but like kind of impatient for real. And so I thought I was a scalper. You feel me? Like, until I got in there and I was like, nah, I'm not a scalper, like, at all. Like, yeah, I can scalp, but it don't fit my personality. I don't like, you know, just losing my money in 5 minutes and winning, and like, that's not me. You know, I'd rather have a very calculated strategy. You know, I'll wait a week. You know what I'm saying? One of them, I waited 32 days for the trade to play out, you know, and then it hit, not to hold up 32 days, but like for it to actually hit my, you know, my confirmations, my entry signals, and I got in. And so, you know, just become that version you want to be. Just help me become more patient and better, man. So, you know, use that and identify like what fear you actually have. Do you have the fear of losing? Do you have the fear of being wrong? Do you have the fear of like missing out? There's a lot of different fears, man. And like I said, again, you know, I've studied this stuff, and just realize like where that's coming from. Trace that root back, you know, even the fear of being wrong. You know, like, this stuff gets deep, bro. I'm talking about it get heavy. You feel me? Like, you might be like, oh, like, what they got to do anything? Well, maybe you got punished when you were a child for being wrong, or your parent had to expect you to be right all the time, or, you know, you got in trouble when your sibling didn't. And so, like, you always think you got to be right. But it's like, yo, the market don't care. You feel me? Like, it's going to expose you. So it might be trauma you still dealing with. You know what I mean? So when you get to this side of things, man, like, it's usually a lot of traumas that we got to heal from in order to really grow. So first, man, identify where that fear is actually coming from. Now, secondly, too, we want to make sure, like, the trade without fear, right? We have actually confidence in ourselves and also our strategy. You feel me? So a big thing is, a lot of people truly are not confident in strategy. And this is one of the biggest ones. Like, a lot of people think too, they have a psychology problem. They actually have a lack of, it's psychology, right? Your mental around your strategy, but it's really a trading problem. It's not having enough data. You know, like, bro, back test the hell out your strategy. You know what I'm saying? Back testing the two, not just for a month, but oh shoot, it made money. Like, cause they just want to make money. And that's like, bro, there's so many different avenues, man. This thing goes, it's really like a map of the world. You feel me? Like, that's why every situation is different. Everybody's unique. And, you know, one of my sayings too, it's a million ways to make $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You just got to find yours. You just got to find that one, you know, even that few handfuls to find it, you know. So in trading, man, there's a million ways to take trades, but just find that one. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't mean literally 1,000,000, but it might be like 1,000 for real. You can use indicators. You can trade naked. You can do volume. You know what I'm saying? Level 2 data. You can do it really don't matter. It really does not matter, bro. Like, it just matters that you have something that works for you, and that's all that matters. And don't let anybody, make them think, make you think like you got to trade just like them and stuff. That's not true. You know what I mean? So back test whatever works for you. Get confident. I'm talking about, bro, pressure test the hell out of it, because when you have proof your plan works, that is when your confidence is gonna build like crazy. You know what I'm saying? But if you like, I don't know, I ain't seen it. Like, I know firsthand that happened to me, and I thought I was cool. I was like, man, we done made it. We good. Like, I'm about to eat up. Not knowing y'all only had 3 months of my strategy back in the day on my very first, like, really proper strategy. Like, I call it like all weather portfolio, right? My first one. Like, I had strategies that was, again, scalping, day trading, but this is my first one that fit my personality. When I wanted to trade, the time frames, everything. It was like spot on, because I had learned over those years how to get to this point. So I was like, cool. Now, the mistake I did make was I didn't test it enough. So it was still profitable. You know what I mean? I've tested enough to be profitable, but I didn't test enough to see, like, how does it go through market turns and elections and things like that. So I didn't know, during certain periods of the year, the formations actually begin to occur more in the London session than they do New York session. You know what I'm saying? So that's an L, because I'm like, man, I'm thinking like every quarter about be like this quarter was. And it's like, nah, it's gonna be good. Like, you're gonna be profitable for sure, just for that one strategy alone. But it's like, nah, bro, so my expectations were off, therefore it was causing fear, because I'm like, all right, well, am I gonna be here? Then you start trying to overtrade, and it's a domino effect, man. So, make sure you know the realistic expectations with your strategy, and then even with that, don't jump into a live market. Demo, you know what I mean? Demo and backtest, demo and backtest, demo and backtest, and get confident. And I will say too, like, even if you don't want to demo, trade small, swallow your ego, swallow your pride, and take trades with the amount that is not going to hurt you, if you lose it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to think because you want to trade the next one, you got to put everything on it. Like, you basically gambling at that point. No, just $20, $50, $100, $200, whatever your risk tolerance is, $5, like, whatever it is, man, just risk that, whatever you're comfortable with, if you don't want to do demo. But I would still say backtest and demo first for sure. But if you ain't gonna demo after you backtest, just risk small as crap. And there's benefits to that too. You want to feel like the actual emotions that go along with trading real money. So I'm all for it. I ain't never been a fan of demo trading at all, unless it's a evaluation joint. Because when you put money in the game, like, you gonna feel some real emotion. You gonna care about losing. So you see how you really react. When it's demos, everybody think they're gonna be a millionaire in 2 weeks, and it's a skewed, like, data sample. You feel me? Because you had no emotion and you had nothing involved. Versus you put $1,000 in your own money account, 2,000, 5,000, or even 500, or 200. That's a lot to you. Whatever your amount is that you feel it, and you risking money, you can feel that. So now we can start to address the real issues, when it comes to that stuff. So make sure you look into that so you can get your confidence right. A big one is shifting your focus, right? Shift your focus from profit to process. Do not look at just how much money you make, but look at the process of becoming that great person. Don't be the person in the sports you counting your numbers. You know what I mean? Just let them come. Look at, how many good shots did I take? How many good rebounds did I take? You know what I mean? How many good blocks did I take if it was football? You know what I mean? Like, if it was soccer, I don't know, because only about 1-2 people score a game. But look at that, man. I play good defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, did I deflect the ball good? Whatever it is. So in this, man, if you followed your plan, you look at what you did, right? Just look at the process. What's your process? Hey, you back tested. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you followed your trade plan. You did this whole week. You did executed on most of your trading plan, 90% of it. You know what I mean? You only had one day you did one thing wrong. Like, that's a win. You feel me? Don't let, because your P&L is negative, that you think you didn't win. Nah, you won. And this is why it's important to track things more than the P&L. P&L could sometimes having you, like, because there's downturns in the market, especially if you don't have like a big portfolio yet, because that kind of comes more along your journey of you have strategies that just work well alongside each other, or they may not be refined enough yet to where they're really A+ setups. You know what I'm saying? They might be more B setups or whatnot. Like, they work, but you can get them cleaner. It could be real tough on you when you start going through a little losing streak, and it's gonna happen regardless. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's just trading. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might lose 3 or 4 trades in a row, but then you might hit 3 or 4 in a row. But can you get to the ones you're gonna hit? You know what I mean? Are you able to deal with that? So as long as you have that process oriented mentality, you know, you'll be fine. So just look at that based off your trading plan and not like your P&L. You feel me? Now, if you're gonna look at your trading plan, you need to create a damn plan. You feel me? Make sure you got one now. I don't mean when people, I trade off it. You know, I see, hey, you full of shit. All right, get a trading plan, customize that thing like it's some tailored clothes. You know what I mean? Get you some nice fitted chinos. You know, look clean. You feel me? Get you a nice little snug shirt. You know, look nice or whatever. Like, but get it tailored to where it fit, and so it fits you. So create a plan, man. And in that plan too, one thing people don't talk about that I'm talking about right now, plan for losses. Like, plan to lose. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to have the strategy that just shoots like 99%, 100%, and that's just not real. You know, you're going to lose. If you shooting 100% of the time, you will be richer than everybody in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's nothing that's 100% in this world at all. Nothing's guaranteed. You feel me? Like, I mean, getting from your destination in the car to and from ain't guaranteed. You feel me? So nothing's guaranteed. So make sure you plan for losses and you understand that like basically I'm saying don't have the best outcome situation. Understand that losses are going to happen. It's a part of the business. You will get through this. You won't get through it. That's the business you're in. You chose to be a trader, and rightfully so. You should be. This is the real estate makes the most millionaires, but investing in financial markets make the most billionaires. Yeah, you in the right industry. So don't think like, oh man, you know, I just have a plan, man. And in that plan, one thing I would say before anything, even if you don't know your TP, before you get in that trade, know where you're getting out. Matter of fact, know the TP too. Know where you're getting out. Before you get in that trade, you should know where you're getting out if you lose, if it goes against you, or where you're getting out if it hits a certain point in profit. Don't just be riding it forever. You know what I'm saying? Know that, right? Know it. Don't like, oh my gosh, bro, that's just a big one, bro. Like, and I'm telling you, it's gonna cause more fear. As soon as you do it, you're gonna hesitation. No, just know it makes it that much easier when you can just literally get in. And I know if it hits this, I'm out. Hit this, I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge one too. And that was also a big benefit of you know, changing the futures. I used to trade Forex and CFDs when I first started. It was so manipulated, man. It was kind of hard to do that. Like, you know, you could set a stop loss and stuff, but all those brokers were like, why didn't you stop? Pop you out, stuff like that, man. But like with futures, dude, it's regulated, so it's not manipulated at all. So I mean, I could have stuff come within a point of my stop loss and then go all the way back up and then hit my profit. But nothing manipulated me, nothing knocked me out prematurely. You know, that's a beautiful feeling. Cause I done been, you know, I'm sure a lot of y'all have too. Y'all done been on the side of the trade where you technically should have won, but the spread stopped you out. Then you look on another chart and it never went to this price. Like that's why Forex ain't it, man. So if you still trading Forex, you need to go on, come over to futures. It's not even an if and or but. It's go on, bring your butt over, man. Get the Futures Essentials. My Futures Essentials free download below, man. If you ain't, you don't know about it, just learn, man. Learn. But futures is where it's at. So if this is what you need to see for your sign, this your sign. You know what I mean? After you create your plan too, man, learn how to manage your risk, right? A lot of times too, people are like over risking because of pressure to perform. You know, you might be trying to prove to your family that you can do this. You know, hey, day trading is not a scam, and prove to your wife, she may not believe in you, or your lady, or your mom, you know, or whatever. You're trying to prove it to somebody. And, you know, the reality is this is going to take some time. Like, I mean, I'm years with a capital S in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm years in the game, and I ain't saying, again, I'm no old head. Like, some people be lying. 13 years in the market. Bro, you barely 30 something. Like, you ain't been trading for 13 years. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I'm multiple years in the game. And it takes time, man. You don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on yourself, because that's nothing that contributes to the fear. You know what I'm saying? It's like unnecessary pressure that you do not need. There's enough pressure now when it comes to trading. You feel me? Like, there's emotion that you never knew you really even had until you place that market execution. You know what I mean? And it gets you in, and now all of a sudden You start hearing them, that, you know, the real thoughts of yourself, man, them real voices, man, like how you really feel in a moment, who you really are. And so, you know, you don't want to be like trying to flip it. You don't want to trade with money that you need. And this is a huge one. People would trade with money that they need. Like, oh, can they do this? Can they do that? Can they, like, you can flip money. Everybody has a good story about how they turned this into that. But what they won't tell you is the second half of the story is when they lost it and, you know, had that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I first started, man, I mean, we all get lucky, but like, yo, okay, cool. You made $3,000 in the trade, but then you lost $4,500, you know, or the whole 3,000. This is why too, I have never blown a trading account. Never. And I'm too far in now where I'm not going to, you know what I mean? But I will say, it's not like I haven't took L's. I took a lot of L's. I just put certain things in place and certain things I believe. And I did it through a lot of like demos or evaluation companies and stuff like that. You know, I was burning the hell out of them evaluation companies, man. But I knew like, yo, it's better than me putting 5-10 grand in an account and blowing through that. Let me pay for these little cheap challenges, you know what I'm saying? And pay 150, 250, whatever, and just run them up. You know what I'm saying? Run them up. And then it helped me get better early on. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just telling you what I did. But make sure too, man, you managing that risk real good. And when you're live trading, just make sure you only risk what you're okay losing. This is another huge one that causes people fear. If you, as soon as you put a trade online, like let's say you get everything else right, you know, you back testing, you know, your data, all this good stuff. Now, most time it's not gonna be one thing. It's gonna be a combination, because most people, once you get all that together, like you kind of not nervous. But let's just say all that's good. You know, you've been back testing, forward testing, like you got data, you demoed, all this. If you still have fear when you're trading, I guarantee you're just risking too damn big. And I know that's probably a revelation for somebody right now. Like, oh my God. Yo, lower your risk. And this is when you got to drop your ego, and you can't be getting high off your own supply, man. You can't be smelling yourself. You know what I'm saying? They say in the country, man, don't smell yourself. Now, you know, like, lower your risk. It's a reason, you know, whatever that is, man. Like, maybe you just haven't seen yourself win enough. It's not saying like you a punk or nothing like that. Like, oh, you know, man, $100 ain't nothing. Well, you might be saying it to yourself, but maybe it is. You know, maybe, you know, you got debt, you got student loans, you know, you have bills, like, and you don't really want to lose more than $100. Don't risk more than 100. You know, or maybe it's not even that. Like, maybe, you know, your job situation doesn't align to where I'm like, all right, man, like, you know, if you can't focus, like you found risking 250 a trade, but not while you working, man. So right now while you working, you got a little bit smaller to be safe. That way if you lose, you can't even pay attention to the chart. It's all good. Cool, risk 100. If you only cool risking $10, risk $10. Like, risk the small amounts until you get comfortable with the big amounts. You know what I'm saying? And then don't just jump up. Like, I read a 700 page book, man, by a real prop firm owner. I forgot buddy's name. It's on my bookshelf. Thick ass, boring book. I'm talking about like, oh my gosh. But I'm a student to the game, man. I understand, like, yo, we never know anything, and we're not masters in anything, right? You can always get better. And so I'll read a book like that, and for 5 pages of nuggets, right? Them 5 pages might change my life. You never know. And all it took you was, that book was cheap, but it was like $50, $60 book. You know what I mean? And then some hours of my time. Like, I mean, you can either do that, or you can pay, you know, a couple $1,000 for some mentorship or whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with either one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to pay to play regardless. That's also the business you're in. Like I said, I paid $10,000+ to people, mainly in, you know, well, everything, psychology and technicals, everything, to get where I'm at. And I've also bought literally $1,000 worth of books and business and trading and then other endeavors as well. So, you know, yeah, man, I mean, shoot, man, that's really all I got for y'all, man. Apply all these principles and it'll definitely help, man. A lot, like, just, you know, rewatch this video if you need to, and, you know, pay attention to see what you might be lacking, or, you know, area you might can improve in to help with trading with fear. So that's all I got, man. Till next time, much love.